fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine?
Today I wanted to talk about concealers. If you are new to my channel, then you probably haven't heard, but I have really bad dark circles. So all of my old subscribers probably hear all the time that I'm always saying I have really bad dark circles. Concealers are really important to me. Like, I would not go out. Well, I mean, I do go out, but if I'm gonna go out and like actually put on makeup, concealer is really important for me. I think I've tried so many concealers that I can tell you which are really good for the under eye. So I have 3 drugstore recommendations, and then I have 3 sort of high-end concealers. They're a little bit more, well, they're more expensive than, of course, the drugstore. So I wanted to show you guys those concealers and sort of share the reasons why I like them and why they're really good for the under eye area. So I'm going to start with my drugstore concealers first, and then I'm going to move on to the high-end concealers. So the first one is an oldie but a goodie. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. Anyway, this is the Revlon Photo Ready Concealer, and I have it in the color light medium, and it comes in this packaging. It's a little bit dirty because it's a little bit, I mean, I use it all the time every day, so it gets, you know, a little bit dirty. But this is the concealer I have on today, and I really like it because it's a really nice sort of yellow, but it looks yellow and peachy in person, so hopefully it shows in camera sort of that color. But it's really good because, as you guys know, anything that's peachy orange camouflages and helps with the dark circles. So this is a really nice color that it gives me. It really does help with the under eye dark circles that I have. And this is also really creamy, and it doesn't crease. I don't really have to set it with any type of powder, but I do just because I like to set my under eye so that it won't like move around during the day. But you don't have to set it because it's so creamy. You just use your fingers. You can use a brush to blend it out. I really like it. They have a really nice range of colors, so I know that you guys can probably find one for you, and I just love this in light medium 003. So I would really recommend it. It's a really nice consistency, and I really do like the packaging. I think it's great that it's so easy. You just twist it up, you apply it. You can just apply it from the tube, and then you just use your fingers or a brush. So this is one of my favorites. I've been using this for a really long time, maybe more than 5 years, and I still love this. Okay, another of my favorites, and I know it's a favorite for a lot of people, it's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and the color, I have it in the color light pale. They have one which is for under eye corrector, which is more of a peachy color. I like to use that too, but for some reason it's a little bit too pigmented and too dark, that it just looks weird, and I can't really blend it with my foundation. So I really like this color because it's easier to blend with my foundation, and it looks great. It covers my under eye circles. It's really nice and opaque. Now this, of course, is a little bit dirty just because I just recently ran out of it because I've used the entire tube, and I recommend this. The only thing I don't like is the applicator. It's like a really, just a sponge, and the product comes out from the sponge. It could be a little bit not really hygienic, but I still like it, and I would really recommend it. My last drugstore concealer product that I've been liking a lot is the Essence Match 2 Cover Cream Concealer, and this is in the color Soft Beige 20. So it comes with 2 concealers, but as you guys can see, I've only used one, and the other one I don't really use it that much because it's a little bit too dark for me. But the one on the left side is a really nice peachy light concealer, and this consistency is a little bit more thick, so it's a little bit harder to work with. But if you use your fingers and warm it up on the tip of your fingers and then apply it, it's really good and really easy to apply it that way. If you use it just like with the brush, it's really hard to blend. So I would really recommend using your fingers. And I once again like this because it's a really nice peachy color that it actually helps with my under eye circles. This was less than $3 at Ulta, and I really recommend it. I think people might not like it because it's a little bit thick, but I like because it's thick and opaque that it's going to cover all my dark circles. Just use your fingers and great concealer and also really inexpensive. Okay, now moving on to my high-end concealers. The first one that I'm going to show you is one that I've been using since I was probably 20 or 19 whenever I started wearing makeup and foundation and concealer. This was one of my favorite ones and the first one that I really used, and I saw a really improvement. This is the Clinique All About Eyes concealer, and this is in the color Light Petal 03. I really like the packaging. I think it's a really nice tube and it's really easy to use because it's just a kind of these little tubes that you just squeeze and the product comes out. I love this concealer because once again it's really opaque and it's a really nice peachy color, and it helps with my dark circles. Once again, I love the consistency. It's also, like I said, thick, but it's really good and opaque. I need to set this with a powder because it does crease a little bit, but you just need a really thin layer of powder and then it's gonna last you the whole day. When I wear this concealer, a lot of people like tell me like, what concealer are you wearing? Which is really weird, but a lot of people ask me like, what are you wearing under your eyes? Because I guess it looks really nice and bright. So I really recommend this. Clinique, I think the price for this is less than $19, and I think it's a really good price because Clinique is actually, you know, you buy it at the department store, but it's not super expensive like other concealers that I'm going to show you next. So if you do suffer from dark circles, I would really recommend this. Plus you get a lot of product. You get 0.33 fluid ounces. For some reason this lasts me a long time because you need just a tiny little bit of like a little tiny dot for your entire 2 eyes. So this lasts me like a year and a half, which, you know, I kind of have to like throw it away because it only is supposed to last for 6 months. Wherever I have pimples, I also like to apply this because I apply this before my foundation, and because it's so opaque it covers the entire blemish. Next is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now this was really like popular maybe like a year and a half, so that's when I purchased this concealer. I have it in the color Custard, medium custard, which is a really nice yellow. It's more yellow than the other concealers that I showed you. So this one I like to mix it with any of the concealers that I showed you. I find these two to be really similar in consistency, even though this is like a stick form concealer and this is more of a liquid concealer. When I like apply it on my dark circles and like I blend it, it's that type of same consistency and opaqueness. So if you want to sort of dupe this and like find an affordable drugstore, you know, concealer, this is one to try out because I find that these two in consistency are the same. I really like this concealer for the winter because my under eye and just my entire face is always super dry in the winter. So this one doesn't crease for me in the winter, it just creases in the summer because my skin is more normal. For the winter, when this part of the area is a little bit dry, this is just a really good concealer and it's really nice and opaque, so it covers all of my dark circles. Last but not least is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I have it in the color Light Neutral. I was gonna get the light warm concealer, but it was too yellow, so that's why I didn't get that one. And the neutral, it's a really nice in between. It has like a really light peach color, or at least it looks really like peachy when I apply it on my eyes. This is one of my newer additions to my makeup collection and I like it, but like I said, I think in my previous video, I have to work one eye at a time because it dries super fast. It's a really nice creamy concealer, but once it sets on your eyes, it dries to a powder. So I like to just apply it on one eye, blend it in, and then use it on the other eye. And I like this. It's really opaque, so it covers my dark circles really well, and it's also a nice light color that also highlights as well. So it's like a 2-in-1, and I really like it. So it's a little bit more expensive. I think it's $34 or around that $30 range price, but I think it's really worth it. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed my concealer review, favorite concealers, and I hope it's really helpful, especially if you have dark circles just like I do and suffer from you know, always looking tired. So hopefully that was helpful, and if you did like this video, don't forget to like it, and if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe for more future videos. And that is it. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!
Girl, you look mighty fine.